Let's put it right there. All right, and then let's go over here. Mute that. Go to YouTube. Dude, I am alive. I had my kids with me, and my ex made it sound like she was picking them up. So I was like, I'll just wait. Because having a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old zipping around is not really ideal. And she didn't get back to me. And at that point I was like, I'll bring them over. So I paused the game, raced them over, got caught up, and then now I'm all caught up. And yeah, it was one of those situations where they were annoying me so much that I was like, I don't know who these kids are, but they're not mine. So, and it's Nolan Smith. Went Nolan Smith today. Almost went Dawkins, but went Nolan Smith. So, yeah. So that's why I was late. Not ideal, but at least they're up. I mean, if they end up blowing this after I hopped on, then it's clearly a me thing. It's not a team thing. And then I will look inward and I will say what can I do for the city? And the thing that I can probably do is just never go live again. Defense looks good, but they're facing Kenny Pickett, so they should look good. Never forget when Kenny Pickett ended a Super Bowl. Credit to the YouTube because they're still the YouTube was still going even though I wasn't on. So that's cool. Anyway, hey, go Birds. Go Birds. That's the point, right? Normally I'd hop off at halftime, but I'm not even going to hop off at halftime because I wasn't on in the first half. So there's no point. Sorry, everyone. But yeah. Kenny Pickett lost us the Commanders game. Oh yeah, he did. There's definitely there's limitations to his ability. To me, it's the coolest thing in the world that he grew up an Eagles fan and he can always say that he took the last snap of them winning the Super Bowl. Did he do anything in that Super Bowl? No, but it's still like, that's a dream. All right. Nice job by Dory Jackson. Eagles, they look good. I mean, I said earlier, though, they should look good. Like, they're facing a horrible Raiders team that is going to be battling for a number 1 overall pick. And they do play hard. Like, the Raiders have a clear talent discrepancy, but they do play hard. I am back. I apologize. I have kids, and the 2-year-old was driving me up a wall. So, which I commented on my YouTube feed. I was like, hey, like, I'm going to go live. Oh, you meant okay. Yeah. Well, my name's Pat. So I'll just stop that story that you didn't ask for. What did you think about the G pen? I wasn't a huge fan of that call. But it's just like all year long. I feel like the refs have been so, not that they're not normally ticky-tack, but they're very, I don't know, very sensitive at times to bullshit. I mean, and it's helped the Eagles at times and it's hurt the Eagles at times, but oh yeah, BG's having a day. It's great to see. One thing I've been thinking about the past 3 weeks, I don't think I mentioned it, but Brandon Graham at times, everybody knows he's the most positive guy. But at times, Brandon Graham's got to be like, I came back for this shit. Similar to Jason Kelsey's last year being that disastrous 2023 season. Raiders is exactly what the doctor. It's so true. I mean, I've said this before, and it's a horrible comparison, but I'll do it anyway. But if I'm in a slump which is pretty much my whole career. But if I'm in a slump in hockey, like there's always a team in your league where you're like, that's like the slump buster team that they're horrible. They really shouldn't be in the league. And you're like, all right, I can at least put points on the board against this team. I can feel good about myself, and the Raiders for the Eagles right now, it's like they're that team. They're the team that like, all right, we can just go, we can beat up on this team and stop the losing streak and get a W and call it a day. Brandon Graham at least came back to a sound. He did. That's so true. No, and the defense is not the issue. You're not. Wait. You're not. We are winning this game. Please shut up. Eagles fans are in the beginning of the end. Okay, that's fine. Miles Sanders jersey. That's a bust out. It is. Mosh, isn't it like a foreign concept for us to be like, oh my god, we're actually winning a game like by a lot because it just seems like forever ago. I'm trying to get to everybody. All you guys need is 2 more wins after this game. We suck first half. Primo, what's up, bud? Old high school buddy. Yeah, Joey. They look good, but then again, they should look good. I don't mean to be like not the Debbie Downer guy, but if they didn't look good against the Raiders, then I'm drinking Drano. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Since there's a lot on here, now's a great time to plug my YouTube channel. So if you could go to the link in my bio and just hit subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm a whore right now for subscribers. I'm desperate. I'm very desperate. So if you could help a guy out, you don't need to watch any of the content. I literally just need subscribers, or you could type my name in to YouTube, Pat Egan. As I said, I need subscribers. YouTube makes you have 1,000 to get monetized, and I'm very desperate right now. So if you could just help a guy out, I'd appreciate it. There's a link in the bio, or you could search my name. I put out very mediocre content. So, but if you like Philly sports, I don't know. Maybe you'd like it, but if not, just help a guy out. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Obviously, wait, who wears jerseys? I do. I got one on now. Thank you, Jesse, for asking. Are you in Philly? I am. I'm here now. The big roads are plowed. The small ones are not. It's disastrous. Eagles game. Wait, is the Eagles game on it? I think you just mean, is it on? It is on. It's halftime now. DG, I'm so happy Embiid went off on Friday, dude. Like, so happy. Because I'm like, I subscribe to the belief that, like, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, I watched something special. And they don't realize it now. But once that guy's gone, like, he is a 7'2" unicorn. And to see him go back to what I kind of expected, oh, so great. I hope AJ scores because I have not big money. I have $2 on it, so I really hope he does. I'm trying to get to everybody. Ken, thanks so much, man. I do appreciate it. Jack, I'm in like the Roxborough, Manayunk, Germantown area ish. I'm not going to give you my exact address because that's dangerous. It did snow 4 inches, but as some guys would tell you, 4 inches is all you need. I'll let that joke sit there. Fentanyl, Philly. That's only like the one part of Philly. To be clear, Oxo, just the one part. You are close to me on one. Oh, yeah. All right. I know where Presidential is. Obviously, I used to work right now at Presidential. Mid. I didn't proclaim to be a great at this, so I don't even disagree with your assessment. Go Oakland. That's fine, man. You can cheer for your team. They don't know what they're talking about. You know what's funny? Masha, like years ago, I went to the Raiders Eagles game. It was actually the Raiders Eagles game where after that game, Nick Sirianni was like, I'm not doing plays anymore, and he gave it to Shane Steichen, and it was a disaster. But we went to the Raiders Eagles game in Las Vegas, and it was funny to see like these Raiders fans, the contingent, because they had just moved there, and I was joking around like I've been a diehard Las Vegas Raiders fan for all of 7 months. Wasn't a great joke, I admit. Why are these Raiders fans angry at us yet? They're losing. I don't think they're angry at us. I think they're just angry at like their situation because the reality. And I'm not even being a dick when I say this. The Raiders went from being in the Super Bowl in 2002, and then they had a dog shit head coach and Bill Callahan, and then Barrett Robbins goes off the deep end and a Tijuana Bender, and ever since then they have been they've been forgotten franchise, whether it be Jamarcus Russell is the worst number one overall pick in history. I mean, you think about like the big time busts in NFL history. There's only one guy that was drafted number one overall that did not get an opportunity anywhere else. Like Ryan Leaf got plenty of opportunities. Tony Manders got plenty of opportunities. The list goes on. Jamarcus Russell played for one fucking team because everybody else was like, we don't want him. So I think Raiders fans, like, I respect them. But they're not a well-run organization. I mean, there's an interview, a really good interview. I meant like number one in terms of NFL primo. Neil Yakupov was trash. You're right. But there's a really good interview with Mike Mayock, the former GM, with he went on the green, whatever. I don't know what it was. The Chris Long podcast, like probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago. But he breaks down like why it was so difficult to be a GM of the Raiders and how they handcuff themselves because Mark Davis is too busy at PF Chang's, doesn't want to give out guaranteed money. So it's really tough to get free agents in there when you've got other teams willing to give guaranteed money and the Raiders don't. And yeah, I mean, so I think to answer the question of why Raider fans are so angry at us, I don't think it's us. I think they're projecting. I don't think they hate us. I think they're just mad because at one point they were like the cream of the crop, and now they're a 2-win team throwing out, Aiden O'Connell at times. I'd be frustrated at that. I can't blame him at that. Again, though, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it. Whether you're a Raiders fan, an Eagles fan, or just a troll, I don't care who you are. I need subscribers. Link in the bio, or you could just search my name. All right. I'm trying to get to everybody. I apologize. It is so far a good game for us. What's going on with so many Eagles fans on my? I'm sorry, Laura. I don't know. Your algorithm's broken. If you're not an Eagles fan, I do apologize because we can be really obnoxious. Joey, I appreciate that. Can't believe they had. Jesus, Chip Kelly is just. That's cool. That's cool, Laura. You can cheer for your team. Actually, my mom's entire side is Giants fans. So I had a wedding. My uncle's daughter, my cousin got married in Toronto. They wanted me to MC it. I got up there. I had like jokes written. It's like a Canadian crowd. And I was like, all right, time for the daddy-daughter dance. For those that don't know, Caroline's father, Frank, is a diehard Giants fan. So the tears that you see will be the first happy tears that he's had in probably 10 years. And crickets. Like the joke did not hit with the Canadians at all. I thought it was good. He laughed, but nobody else did. I bombed that night. And then they danced, obviously, like a wave in the ocean, romance. Went back to the old offense. I would like to think they did kind of go back to the old offense. They definitely went more under center, which is nice to see. But I'm just curious of like how much of it is the fact they're facing a 2-win team and how much of it is they actually learn from their mistakes. And I lean towards they're facing a 2-win team because this coaching staff doesn't really seem like they realize there's a problem. And I hope I'm wrong on that. Like, I really, really do. They can't believe they hired Chip Kelly. Yeah, that was a disaster. Jags fans. I didn't know they had fans other than in England. Jags fan. How do you become a Jags fan? I'm trying to get everybody. Thank you for people saying it was a good joke. Because, like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, anybody? No. Moving on. I stood up there and I did the whole, all right, for those of you who don't know me, and I just started that whole thing. I was like, it does not matter. This is not my day, but I am single. I have HBO Max and a great credit score. I'm sitting over there. Crickets. As I told you, tough crowd. Really tough crowd in those Canadians. Although it was at a time where the political situation, they weren't really a big fan of Americans. And then the groom got up there. He crushed it. He was like, do we have to pay tariffs for him? And that got a rousing laugh. I laughed at it. I thought it was hilarious too, but I was like, damn, maybe I should have thrown some tariff jokes in there. Anyway, yeah. I'm available for bar mitzvahs and weddings if you want to pay me. If I ever get married, you can give a speech at my wedding. I'd love to, Primo. I gave, other than that situation, I gave a best man speech. The first joke I had bombed, and then I sped through the rest of it. And I was told it was good, but holy shit, I was not comfortable doing it. First of all, I pulled out like a whole like sheet of paper I printed it on. By the way, it's halftime. You're not missing anything. Pulled out a whole sheet of paper that I wrote it on because this guy that I was doing the speech for, he was the best man in my wedding. That marriage didn't work out. Very single, not the point. And he got up there and just started talking, and I was like, "Dude, did you like go off the dome?" He's like, "No, my phone died." Taught me a valuable lesson. The only joke about the Giants is the havoc to the stadium. Are you just talking like it's just a bad stadium because it on the outside it looks like shit? Um, Again, I only really do this when there's like a lot of you guys on here. So if, this is like the 13th time I've done it, and I do apologize. But if you could just subscribe to my YouTube channel for sports, I'm very desperate for subscribers. There's a link in my bio. I'd greatly appreciate it if you have a working Gmail account. I'm not asking you to like any of the videos. I'm not asking you to watch the videos. But if you could just subscribe to the channel, I need 1,000 subscribers. Or you could just search my name in the YouTube, Pat Egan, and I'd appreciate it. If you like Philly sports content, you might not think it sucks. You might, I don't know. But yeah, you don't have to watch anything. I really just need subscribers. Thank you. My uncle went to the Giants from the Giants. How was it the Coughlin thing? I'm legitimately confused on how you go from the Giants, especially I'm assuming your uncle's like older, and in the 80s, the Giants were like the bee's knees. Angie, all good. All good. Cheer for your team. I'll tell you, like, I have so much respect for anybody coming into this live cheering for the Raiders because they're a 2-win team. You know, like if the Eagles are a 2-win team, I'm watching every game. I don't know if I'm hopping in lives. You know, I don't know if I'm that dedicated where I'm like, let's mix it up. And I'm not even throwing shade at that, but like I'm dead serious. So mad respect. Missouri Eagles fan here. Damn, so are you from the area or did you just become an Eagles fan living in Missouri? I'm very curious. You see what WIP was saying about so Josh, I did like a whole YouTube video thing on that. It started all I was gonna do it anyway because I got a lot last week about like start Tanner McKee. So I did a YouTube video on that channel that I keep pimping about that, and it's a disgrace. Did you see it snowed overnight? And it's very Masha, beautiful outside. My 2-year-old, before I was like ready to just jump off a cliff, he was like, "It's snowing." It was cute, and then he started talking more, and then I was ready to jump off a cliff. Solid, always and forever, man. Fly Eagles fly. Texan Eagles fan. It must suck, Lauren, to live in Dallas, but then again, like they're ready to hang a banner because they came back 21-0. Like it is really adorable. So pretty. I'm excited. We finally got the snow. We did. We're so back. The weather's so back. Go Birds, always and forever. I'm trying to get to everybody. I apologize if I didn't get to you guys. Sorry about dealing with Prescott 24/7. Yeah, that is tough. Just picked them. Didn't want to be a bandwagon Chiefs fan. Loved him. Okay, that's cool. Pride of UNLV. Did you do another? I have not messaged any of those women back, DJ, but I'm going to pick a new one pretty soon. Honestly, I'll pick a new one when I get bored. The world really said we're gonna make the Raiders slip on that ice. Originally from Cherry Hill, but that shit talk I am able to do is great. Yeah, like it's like what if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan coming like, and I had a bunch in my, I still will get them. They'll just like tell me like 21-0, and I'm like, you realize that was like a week 8 game. Like the Eagles have so much bigger issues than that collapse of a game because they're collapsing in season, and it's just adorable because like they it's I don't know how they talk shit, like you know. I mean, Epstein was alive and well the last time they won a Super Bowl. So I don't really know how, but they try, and it is adorable. It really is. It's like a bantamweight going into heavyweight. All right, second half is starting. I can't respect a Cowboys fan that grew up in Philly. Yeah, I mean, I got one I went to college with who I'm Facebook friends with, and he's pretty obnoxious. He's obnoxious on Facebook when he talks football because of that reason, but like he's a decent guy. All right, handoff. Jeez, good run. Really good run. Really, really good run. Thought he was gonna get like 4. He ended up getting 12. Nikki, how are you? Hello. Are Eagles even gonna make? They will make the playoffs. The question is, will they do anything in the playoffs? I really don't think so. But every time Philly loses to Dallas, they go on a losing streak. Yeah, I mean, maybe they were broken a little bit. I would make the argument the Eagles were broken way before that, but are the Eagles got that? Go Birds, Nikki. Obviously. I know it's so fun to be hated on by Eagles fans. Good tackle. Good tackle by Reed Blankenship. I'm really worried they don't bring him back. It's so crazy how emotional you guys get on hating the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't get too bad with the Cowboys in all honesty. Like and it's honestly because of the fact the Eagles have had more success in my lifetime as a franchise than the Cowboys have. Now, head-to-head matchup, it's different, but like in terms of playoffs and Super Bowls, obviously. So while I find the Cowboys annoying and I obviously don't like them, I'm like my most hated team unequivocally is the New York Mets. Like I do not teach my kids to have hate in their heart except when it comes to blue and orange. But there are some people that like, yeah, I mean, they see that star and they see red. I mean, and I understand it because I'm like that with the Mets, but I think if the Cowboys were a little bit better run of a franchise, I probably would be that way, but they're not. You know, they're just not. All right. 1st and 10, 42-yard line. Heavy dose of Jen. I can't believe they're not airing it out with Kenny Pickett. I'm shocked. 5 Super Bowls. So so that wasn't me talking shit. I was trying to be like genuine with that. But if you want to bang the drum on the 5 Super Bowls thing, then I'm gonna pat you on the head and say, great job. Great job. Like again, I could do this entire second half with things that were not around when the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl. And I'm sure you know it all and you probably don't want to hear it because it's painful. Wow, Kenny Pickett took a shot. Good play there to stay in the pocket, deliver it, even though he only picked up 2 yards. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I don't even know if laser disc was a thing. Like, let alone DVDs, laser disc, I don't think was a thing. That's gotta suck. There were probably some countries that are around. Like, was Estonia around? I don't know. It's questionable. Did you hear that Geno Smith hurt his back? Did he? I mean, he's out, so Cowboys own the Eagles. All right, man. If that's how you feel, sure. If Dak was on the Eagles, he won a Super Bowl. I mean, but he's not, and I'm cool with Hurts. So I think Dak. Oh, great interception. Kenny Pickett doing Kenny Pickett things. Great interception. Get up there, Zach Bond. Love that. Yeah, Dak's a good look. He's a good quarterback. Like, you know, and he's got great pocket awareness. He does some things really, really well, but I'm not switching. I mean, I really like Jalen Hurts. So I'm happy with where I'm at as an Eagles fan. Go Birds, Brianna. Go Birds, always and forever. Zach Bond, yes, is doing Zach Bond things. I would not play anymore. Well, I mean, the difference, Masha, is that we're not getting paid millions of dollars. You know, if my back was broken, I think I'd probably be out there for a couple mil. I mean, like Stafford's whatever. I don't have a take on him. There's not many like who's like a quarterback. I mean, like Mahomes, I don't like, but it's only because of like the secondary stuff with him. It's not even like him necessarily. It's the Brittany Mahomes, the Jackson Mahomes, the all of that. Steven on YouTube, I apologize because I've been ignoring my loyal YouTube people. Mark Davis relocates the team to Vegas and he rolls snake eyes. It's amazing. Like he I don't want to say he runs the team like a small market team, but he kind of does. And I, you look, he's not as bad as the Brown family who ironically owns the Bengals, but he's not a good owner. Yeah, Brittany Mahomes is obnoxious. Like Brittany Mahomes has resting bitch fit. Eagles collapsing yet? Not yet, Rabbit, but give it a little bit. We might be there. We might. All right. There's still time. There is still time. That's the sad part as an Eagles fan. You like that question is a justifiable question. I used to like Aaron Rodgers, like both as a player and as a guy, and then he just went off the deep end, and now he is so unbelievably obnoxious. Like I firmly believe he's not even married. I think he's just wearing a ring out there for the sake of doing it. He's such a weirdo. I don't know where he went off the rails, but man, it happened. Sad part is I'm not even hyped when the Eagles score. DG, I'm kind of the same way. Like, earlier when my kids, and maybe it was sensory overload because my kids were driving me nuts as I was waiting to hear back from their mom. But, they had the Dallas Goedert touchdown, and I'm like, cool, 2-win team. They should be. And that sucks. Like, it's a shitty feeling as a fan. But the fact is, like, when they've played good teams and they've done that the last 3 weeks, like, their offense hasn't shown up, and it's kind of like, where is this? Where was this when we needed it? So that's, it's a frustrating thing. And I'll be fully transparent. They're in a no-win situation with me, the Eagles right now. They either lose the game and I'm pissed, or they win this game, they blow out the Raiders, and I go, well, you should have done that because they're the Raiders. And it's a tough spot to be in. I do like the fact that we've seen more Hurts under center. Like their offense does look a little bit better, but like wide open Dallas Goedert right there. How, by the way, I wasn't on for this. How the fuck did he drop that pass in the end zone? Dallas Goedert drops some passes where you just go like, how? I think Hurts is fed up with his head coach and OC. But like, remember too, like Hurts was very similar with the Brian Johnson offense, it's like, which was Nick Sirianni's offense. Like, you made out to believe that like him and Brian Johnson were like boys. And I think they do have a good relationship, but he was frustrated because who wouldn't be? Like, shit's not working. Zach Berman from The Athletic has like a great stat about how long it takes the Eagles to call a snap. And it's like they're the worst team in the league at getting the line of center or getting getting the line. And it takes them forever to get the play call in, like all of it. Eagles beating up on Oakland. Oh, wait. He was laughing. Remember, it's only Oakland. Ain't that what y'all told Dallas? Jerry, I know you just hopped in. I literally said that 2 minutes ago. People can vouch for me. Like, literally said they're in a no-win situation because they're playing Oakland. Like, they should be doing this. So if you thought you were going to come in here and, like, get some guy shit-talking, I'm sure there is a live doing that. And I'm sure that guy's really obnoxious and you could bother him. But, like, for me, I'm not that guy. We were literally just – this is, like, the worst timing for you because we were literally just having a conversation about how the Eagles score. And we're just kind of like, all right, they should be doing that. And DG's right. Actually, it's Las Vegas, so you don't know ball. Boom. Cooked them. Go Birds. Go Birds, Mia. Always and forever. Rabbit got him too. Rabbit clarified. Las Vegas. They did move. Can confirm. 3rd and 8. There you go, AJ Brown. There you go. That's like, to me, like this game is all about like, if you're going to get the ball to AJ Brown, like, how are you getting it to AJ Brown? Are we doing crossing patterns, which that was a little slant in, good. I mean, I didn't expect Jalen. I expected a good game from Jalen Hurts, meaning like he's going to be more accurate because it's amazing to me. Like, I looked it up. He had 5 turnovers last week, and he's like 17th in the NFL in turnovers after having 5 in 1 week. Like, that The guy doesn't turn the ball over. And that was the one thing I really took away from last week was like, all right, he kind of got all of his turnovers out in one game. It's the age old dad thing when you're watching a baseball game and they're like, oh, save some home runs for tomorrow. Like he did that with his turnovers. And I expected him to be way more accurate this game, although he's playing a bad opponent, as we've discussed. So MJ, very easy. Like this is a very I used to call them Lego games because they were like stress free. And when my kid would come up to me and be like, can we play Legos? Like in the middle of the game, I'd be like, yeah, grab them. Whereas normally the stress of the games, you're like, put those Legos away. No, we're not playing Legos right now. It's third and 2. We're stressed out. But like, yeah, I mean, everybody looks good. And Fred Johnson's done a really good job on Max Crosby. Crosby had that one sack, but he's done a really good job. He was holding on the one call. What else do I got? Sorry, I'm not getting to everybody. I do apologize. Classic get right game, so true. So true. Barkley, it's a holding call. The Barkley runs today have been. This is the best he's looked all season. And I said it earlier. I don't know how many people were on here. Oh, Tyler Steen penalty. That's good. He fucking sucks. He's so bad. So bad. If there's one thing that is so abundantly clear about this Eagles team, they need a new right guard desperately. Whether that be first round pick, whether that be free agent, they need a guard in the worst way. And they need just more offensive line depth, but like a guard in the worst way. That's what the season has really shined a light on for me. I don't remember the last time they had a right guard this bad. And this is dating back to like Alan Barber. This is dating back to, I mean, Jermaine Mayberry was pretty good. Like they've always had pretty decent right guards. Brandon Brooks. Good job. Good run by Jalen Hurts. Wow, a design run. You don't see that very often from Jalen Hurts. And I'm being dead serious. This season, you have not seen a lot of design runs. Eagles working to help the Cowboys. I'm just happy we're doing good at all. Yeah, it's nice to just have a. It's nice to have a game where like, oh, okay, like I could sit there and remind everybody that it's the Raiders, but it is nice to like have a game where we're not pissed off. I mean, so dare I say it's a foreign feeling to have like a carefree, stress-free game. They did. They desperately needed it. Another good run by Barkley. Hurts looks good. He should have 2 touchdowns at this point. If Goddard doesn't, drop one in the end zone, which I still don't know. I did. Amber, go Birds, baby girl. Go Birds, always and forever. I want to relax. I don't want to stress out. I think a lot of people are like that, I don't like getting stressed out. Not a huge fan of it. And this season's been nothing but stress. Like, I went to go pick up my 7-year-old from school on Friday, and the crossing guard's like a big Eagles fan. She's like, "Are we gonna win?" I was like, "I don't even know if I care at this point." And like that's kind of just what the team the last 3 weeks has done to me. I'm just like, I don't know. Fire everybody. As a Bama fan and an Eagles fan, it's nice to watch a game and relax. Yeah, and also like, I mean, that must be cool because you watch Jalen Hurts in college, and now you're watching them, with your favorite team. Where is the sun coming from? Because like in this one spot, it's like bouncing off my glasses. Oh, it's my picture frame. All right. Anyway, hopefully they punch another one in here. 5 minutes left. Another pop pass to Goddard. All right. So this is what we've learned. This is what is fact at this point. Nick Sirianni or Kevin Patullo. One or either or both. Okay. But one or both of those guys has Dallas Goedert on their fantasy team. And one or both of those guys is in the playoffs. because that is the third. Like he should have 3 touchdowns right now. If he doesn't drop the one in the end zone, that would be his third. The guy was invisible for like a good 3-week stretch. And now all of a sudden he's like Mr. Touchdown Machine. So one of those two guys is just feeding Dallas Goedert because they're in the fantasy playoffs. You know who else had Dallas Goedert on their team? I did. I also had Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, and because of this offense, the playoffs don't matter because I'm out of it. But hey, go Birds, 24-0. That's cool. That's cool. Go Birds. You know what, DG? I thought the same thing because he used to love doing the pop passes to Westbrook, or Chad Lewis. Like he used to love that. Raiders are just so bad. They are. It's I feel bad for Max Crosby in a way, but then I'm like, but he re-signed, like he had a choice. But you think about Max Crosby and you think about Myles Garrett, and those two guys are just getting wasted right now. Like their talent is getting absolutely wasted. Dallas would have had 3 if he laid out for that catch. Yeah, I said, Josh, we're on the same page, bud. Love Andy Reid always. All right, with a decent amount of you guys, I will once again, because it's a commercial break. If you are new, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it. There's a link in my bio. It is a sports YouTube channel. It'll take you there, or you can just search my name, Pat Egan, in a YouTube. Honestly, you don't have to watch any of the videos. I literally just need subscribers. Like, I am desperate for subscribers. I need to get 1,000. And once I get 1,000, I will stop begging. But YouTube makes you have 1,000 to start getting paid and monetized on YouTube. So because of that, every time I get a decent amount of people here, I just start begging people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Trust me, I hate the whole like and subscribe culture. It's cringy. I don't put out fire videos. It's pretty mediocre stuff. But if you could help the guy out, I'd appreciate it. Go Bears. Thoughts on Spike Eskin Hurst? Yeah, it's horrible. And on that YouTube channel, DG, on that very YouTube channel, I did a video. You can see it because the thumbnail has Joe Giglio's stupid face, and I addressed WIP and their hot take bullshit. And as somebody that worked in the industry for a while, it's pathetic. Like it is hot take garbage. And they just wanted an easy 4 hours. Why can't we do this against the good teams? Lee, I think I hate to be this guy. I think it's because they're just a very okay team. I think they have a defense that's really, really good, and they have an offense that is lost. I think that's why, to answer that question. I hope, though, this is like the sign of good things to come, but I'm kind of doubtful on that. Why do we look good when we don't get AJ involved? Oh, I mean, I think they just look good because they're facing a 2-win team. But again, I mean, like I've said this before, that they're in a no-win situation with me because if they were winning 7-0, I'd be freaking out right now. Be like, what is going on? They can't even put up points against the Raiders. I mean, this is the most points they put up in I don't know how long, and it's nice to see. I mean, I looked up the stat, and after the bye week, they've averaged 16 points a game. And when you look at the loaded roster they have, it's 60. That's pathetic, and that's how bad their offense has been. Now, on the flip side, you go, okay, but like who are they playing? And they pretty much played either playoff teams from last year or teams that are poised to make the playoffs this year. So they've been playing really good teams in that stretch. But still, I mean, this is a team that won the Super Bowl a year ago, less than a year ago. They should be putting up more points than that. But they've been getting bailed out by their defense and pretty much all the wins they've had this season. All right, what do we got here? David, what's going on? How are you? Go Birds. What do you think of the Commanders game next week? It depends. I mean, I think they win because the Commanders are kind of a shit show this season. I mean, I don't know why they started Jaden Daniels last week. That was stupid. But Mariota was playing okay for them. But again, though, like their defense isn't the problem. It's the Eagles' problem is their offense. And I think they'll win, but like I could see that being a little bit of a frustrating game because the fact of the matter is like style points do matter. You know, like Jalen Hurts will come out and say like cookie cutter wisdom of like, or fortune cookie wisdom of like, oh, like when did winning not become the only thing? Look, in week 2, 3, 4, 5, like when you're trying to find yourself, like it is like winning is like the only thing that matters. And you could chalk it up to like, all right, they're going to get right. When you're in week 14, when you're in week 15, like this shit, style points matter. Like how you beat a team matters. Every Eagles fan remembers the Carson Wentz year for me at least, the game that I became like a full-on believer that, oh, this team's legit was the Broncos game. They put up 50 on the Broncos defense. I was like, oh God, these guys are real. Good job by Nolan Smith. Good job. Jalix Hunt, Nolan Smith. Jalix Hunt might be the only guy on this entire roster I look at and I go, like, he's had a tremendous year. Like, really, really good year. I could probably find other guys. Devontae Smith has had a really good year too, but like when I think about guys that have really like, progressed, he's the guy that I immediately come to mind. But style points matter in week 15. And the way that the Eagles are winning games is not impressive. And that is an issue because while I usually hate the whole argument of like, well, if you get the playoffs, you're not going to win these games. But like for this instance, like it's true. Like if you get in the playoffs with what we've seen when you're facing the good teams, like I don't know any Eagles fan right now that goes, oh, if the Eagles play the Rams right now, the Eagles are winning that game, even though the Eagles won earlier this year. Mike, what's going on? Sorry to get on the soapbox there. I apologize for apologize. Can't talk. Apologize for going on a filibuster. Bianca, how are you? Go Birds. Carrie, I appreciate it. I really do. Again, you don't have to watch any of the videos on that channel if you don't want to. I will never beg anyone to hit a bell icon. You know, and like I always made fun of the whole like and subscribe people too. And this is like when I was building my other YouTube channel, and that one's monetized, and I rarely talk about it because of the fact that like I don't need subscribers on that. It's monetized. You know, find it, don't, I don't really care. But I always like joked around, like everybody knows what the subscribe button is. Like we don't have to like beg. And I even cringe on TikTok when people are like, and follow for more content. I'm like, I know where the follow button is. But in this instance, I'm just so desperate to get monetized as fast as possible on this channel. Because it's just my main source of income is YouTube. So if I didn't get laid off from sports radio, then I'd be like, all right, you know, it'll build as it goes on. But yeah, I'm here now. I'm just out here just trying to get off the pole. Anyway, yeah. Like and subscribe. No, you don't have to like. But there's a link in the bio for anybody that wants to help a guy out, help a charity case out right now. Go to my YouTube channel or just search my name. It's Pat Egan in the YouTube, and you could help me out tremendously by subscribing. Again, you don't have to watch any of the videos, but after this game, I'll do like a post-game thoughts video. I'll load that up. It'll get like 35 views. It'll be a success. Will you be trying to get back into radio? Probably not, DG. And like if they call Josh, stop watching the videos. Okay, stop watching all the videos. It's not good for your health. If anybody wants to know what I was like in high school, Josh knows because he went to high school with me. Listen, I get we're playing the 2-11, but maybe we're so back. We're so back. I'm happy you're back because I wasn't on earlier. You're like a day one person on these lives. Yeah, Josh, do we ever eat lunch together? I used to bounce around lunch tables all the time. I couldn't sit still in high school. Anyway, Josh is great. Okay, one of the good ones out there. So he's always supported. I do appreciate it. Kenny Pickett is undercover Eagles. I said it earlier, like when I first stopped on. ... I apologize. I don't know your name, but every time I think of Kenny Pickett, I will always think to the fact that this dude grew up an Eagles fan and was able to take a knee in the Super Bowl to end the Super Bowl where the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That is the coolest shit in the world. Like, he's not a very good quarterback, okay? Just like I'm not a very good YouTuber, but that's just cool. That's like a shit. I mean, I don't think as a kid you dream about taking the knee in the Super Bowl, but I mean, that is like, oh, there goes Bark. There you go. Look at the balance on him. He's so back. Look at the balance. Like a ballerina out there. Get him in New Jersey. It's ripped. Sorry, I'm not getting back to everybody. Oh no, I didn't know Pickett. I'm just like he was an Eagles fan. It's like he had like a Carson Wentz jersey in high school. Fun fact about Kenny Pickett: he originally committed to Temple with Matt Rule, and then he decommitted and went to Pitt. But Matt Rule was all over that shit. And as a diehard Temple fan, I remember it. Show us the screen, please. I can't. I don't know how to. You just gotta. This is with my watch along. This is it. Like I apologize. But to be bounce. Oh, good stiff arm. Barkley looks really good today. To be fair to that person, I do forget Cowboys Nation. All good, man. You can cheer for your team. All good. To be fair to Keels, I think I'm saying that right. For most of this season, my face has been a better option than the actual offense. So, and I'm not going to turn the screen because I've been doing this all year, respectfully. I'm sure there is some guy that is showing the screen, he's losing his shit and all that, and acting like this is the Super Bowl. But I'm just not. I'm not that guy. I'll update you though. It's 24-0 with a minute 15 left to go in the third, and they look good. Now it's Tank Bigsby time. Poor AJ Dillon's like, what do I got to do to get a carry? Pat's face is better than the game. See, people are saying it. Is that my burner account? Who's to say? You know, maybe I paid that person. I don't know. Just search. There are half a dozen showing it. Yeah, like I mean, we're all doing things differently. It's all good. I understand why she'd want to see the screen, you know, but some people have called me a sex symbol. Okay. And I felt like for the people out there, they'd want to see this. Just a guy on his couch in a jersey, sometimes breaking down his failed dating life, sometimes breaking down football. Oh, God, that was an awkward hit. Thank God his like foot didn't get stuck in the turf. That was awkward. Yeah, I know he's inactive, but he's got to be thinking at this point, like, what do I have to do to not be inactive? Should we look at y'all's stats the last few years? Is Zay a Cowboys fan? I gotta go back up. Must have been tough blowing at the 21, losing 3 straight. Zay, it was tough. It was, and thank you for your concern. As an Eagles fan, it wasn't fun to watch. I'm sure Cowboys fans liked it, but as an Eagles fan, yeah, it wasn't fun. And then the subsequent 3 straight losses after that, yeah, that sucked. Believe it or not, we were not having a good time. So, thank you for clarifying on that front. Dallas is 21-0. I said this earlier to the Cowboys fans out there, and like this isn't me trying to shit talk because like whatever, I don't care. You can come in, but they don't hang banners for the 21-0 game. So I understand like that was your Super Bowl, and that's cool for you guys. But I can tell you, like, as an Eagles fan, like, we don't really think about that game too much. And it's not because, like, oh my God, we're trying to forget it. We have PTSD. No, it's like we have such bigger issues with this shit show of a team right now that the Cowboys game was like one of many blips on the radar. That wasn't like, oh my God, we were broken. Like, no, we were broken a long time before that. We just hadn't, like, gotten to that point, you know? We were like the Malaysian airplane. It was like, it was destined to go down at some point, you know? So, all right, that was a bad example because nobody knows what happened to that. We were the okay, got a better one. We were. It's a commercial break, by the way. I'm not missing anything. We were the Jamaican bobsled from Cool Runnings. Like we were broken. No one knew it. And then all of a sudden, in a key moment, we're just sliding down. We're feeling the rhythm and we're feeling the ride. And then the bolt came loose and then we're crashed and our heads are going. That was the Eagles. So yeah. If you want to be the Swiss and, you know, pound your chest about 21, that's cool. Again, you can do you. I can just tell you, like, it's really not irking me all that much because my gripe isn't with that particular game. My gripe is with so much more. So, but hey, for all those Dallas fans, if you do want to do me a favor because you feel bad for me and you're like, oh my God, this poor Eagles fan, we cooked him and he's going through it. He's big mad and he's crashing out. That's a big thing. Like, oh my God, he's crashing out. If you want to help out a guy, me, as I crash out, if you want to help me out and subscribe to my YouTube channel, that'd be great because there's a link in the bio and you could go to that and you could subscribe and it would be awesome for me. And you don't have to watch any of the videos. Or what you could do, this is a better better option for you. You could watch all those videos and then you could just comment on it 21-0. And then, you know, and then like I won't be the one, but there'll be some Eagles fans really mad and he'll go back and forth with you. So you could help me out in that front, or you could just search my name in YouTube, which is Pat Egan, and you could find my channel and you could help me out and you could hit subscribe. Watch the videos, don't watch the videos. I don't really care. I need subscribers. Jose Rodriguez, the score is 21. So thank you. Thank you for Car Man. I assume. Thank you for helping me out there as I was going off about Cool Runnings and trying to pimp a YouTube channel. that nobody wants to watch. Ball, wow, what a throw. What a fucking throw. Oh my God, what a throw. He is accurate today. Now, I don't care if it's against a 2-win team. The accuracy is there. Because, yeah, you might be, look, whether you're 2 wins or, you're undefeated, the timing with Jalen Hurts has been there today. I mean, the Devontae Smith deep ball he had earlier was on cue. And then he threads it through the triple coverage essentially and touchdown. And we're having fun. We're back. We're so back. Dare I say Super Bowl? Let's go. Now we're having fun. I'm like another score away from just telling nothing but dating stories. That's how close we are. 31-0. WIP. What did that say? WIP. You're so right. There's no one more mad about this right now than WIP. And here's the thing: you're gonna have a guy like Spike X can come on and be like, and everyone expects us to be mad, but we're not. They are. As a person that worked in the industry, I can tell you there are people that work in media, especially sports talk radio, that have to talk about it for 4 hours a day. There are people that will actively cheer against the team because they know it is an easier day at work. Because the storylines present themselves when the team struggles and does poorly. And when they beat a 2-win Raiders team, there is no storyline, I mean, because it's like, as we talked about, like you're supposed to beat this team. Where's the drama? So I guarantee tomorrow WIP will come out and be like, oh, everyone is supposed to be mad. And we're not. They are. Trust me. Because what the Eagles are doing today is making their life more difficult. They're not going to have the easy day. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to get in the kitchen and cook up a hot take. And then they're going to force feed that bullshit to you. And yeah. What do we got? Wait. I'm going back. Raiders ain't good. They only 2. You know what, little junior? There are 2-11. Well, you can't take away those 2 wins. Those 2 wins were sexy. Okay? Arguably, those 2 wins were so sexy, you could say that they should be as many as double the wins. So really, they should have 4 wins. So back. Apparently Heather's attractive. That's cool. Or Janelle's attractive. Or Heather Janelle's attractive. Because Danny's confirming. I trust her on this. Prediction for Phillip Rivers today. 225, a touchdown and a pick. You know what, little junior? We haven't been that good either. We have not. Hey, Pat, attention and travel. Wait, Pat, pay attention and travel to Danny. I want to see TikTok love story. Oh man, it was funny, Heather. First of all, I don't know if Danny's even remotely interested. But what is funny is I was talking to someone recently about this. I have been able to attract women from all over the country, which is great for me. Like, honestly, as a guy who like views himself as a very like hard 5.4. But when you step foot in the city limits of Philadelphia, it immediately becomes like, fuck that dude. Like, I don't want anything to do with him. But if you're in Cleveland, I'm your type. You live in Colorado. I've had 2 women in Kentucky be interested. 2. I'm finding 2 women in Kentucky. I found 2 in Vancouver. Meanwhile, city's got 1.7 million people. I can't find anyone to buy coffee for. And the price of coffee is insane. So, yeah. But go Birds. Go Birds. That's the point. Yeah, most women that are like interested, like the closest they'll be is like an hour away. I'm like, that hurts. I was talking to somebody, and by the way, if you're like, I can't believe this is the watch along, they're up 31-0. So like you're getting just dating stories with a hint of analysis. But I was talking to someone yesterday, and she goes, okay, we got to switch over to iMessage because everything was green. And I was like, what do you mean? Like that was an option before? She's like, oh my God, what a tackle. Nakobe Dean has been playing at an all-pro fucking level. Like he has been insanely good. Anyway, yeah, Eagles are down by 31. They're not. They're up by 31. If they were down by 31, I would be drinking Drano. I would be taking multiple shots of Drano with like a hint of like Windex thrown in there. because apparently, according to my big fat Greek wedding, it solves everything. So maybe Windex would solve the offense. So I was talking to her, and she's like, "Yeah, we got to switch over to iMessage." And I said, "I didn't know that was a thing because everything was green." She's like, "Yeah, when guys ask for my number, I have like a texting app, and it has a separate number, so I don't have to deal with creeps." I was like, "That is genius." But the big thing was like I passed the test to get to the blue bubble privileges. I thought the Bills were gonna hammer the Patriots, and they're giving the update now. It's 24-21 at the third. Hey buddy, Scott, I am better now that they're up 31-0. Like, are they facing a bad football team? Yeah. I think Junior reminded us earlier. The Raiders only have 2 wins, as if it doesn't say it right on the screen there. But it's still a stress-free game. That was a really good attempt. Really good attempt to catch that football. He didn't catch it, though. Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this is a get-right game. I brought this up earlier. So as some people know, I play low level hockey, like very bad hockey. I'm a vibes guy. But when I'm going through a slump, which has been roughly the past, like, I don't know, 15 years, I'm like, fuck, I need to face like this team. Because there's always a team in your league that just they're horrible. Like, they really shouldn't be in the league. And you're just like, that's a confidence game. Like, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to put some points on the board. I'm just going to feel good about myself. It doesn't matter that I'm facing a bunch of Bambis on ice. Like, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to put points on the board. The Raiders for the Eagles were the confidence game. Like, they got out there. They put up 31. We're probably going to get Tanner McKee at some point. So, WIP will get their wish. Technically, you could say Jalen Hurts was benched, and we're going to get Tanner McKee. But this is what they needed. Do I think it's going to continue on to like the playoffs? Probably not, but I'll enjoy this now because shit, I haven't enjoyed the past 6 weeks. I just want y'all to know we will not be letting y'all enjoy this win. That's fine. That's cool. I'm going to enjoy the win. As the great Andy Reid said, don't worry about it, man. Enjoy the win. I had a bet that was like, and I put $1 on it. So I put big money on this. But I had a bet earlier that was Jalen Hurts, Saquon, AJ Brown, all to score, Eagles to win, and like very, very easy markers. It was like Saquon to get like 60 yards or something, and AJ to get like 50. And I put $1 on that, and that would have brought in like $23. And Jalen Hurts not scoring is going to cost me that bet, so I'm not happy. And that is one of the reasons why I need to get monetized on YouTube, which brings me to my 75th plug for my YouTube channel during this commercial break between Gronk and Jake Glazer. If you are new and you could please click the link in my bio, that will take you to a YouTube channel about sports. And I'm asking you to subscribe. I'm not asking you to watch any of the videos. Like, you don't have to watch any of the videos. I just need subscribers. So if you could help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. Or you could just search my name, Pat Egan, in the search bar of YouTube. You'll find my channel. As soon as I get 1,000, I'll stop. For everybody on here who's been like on here for a while, I do apologize because I realize how annoying these plugs are. But yeah, I got to get off the streets. Getting monetized on YouTube helps me do that. I'm on the pole right now, shaking my ass for dollar bills. So if you could help me out, I appreciate it. Just click on the link in my bio, or you could just search my name in YouTube. Anyway, we're back. Lemmy on the because I'm live on YouTube right now too. So I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on TikTok. But Lemmy on YouTube said WIP so bad. Many others searching for relatable sports talk in 97.5, shuffling people too much. That's the problem. Lemmy is 97.5. You as soon as you get used to their lineup, they've switched it up, or they're letting people go, and it's just a poorly run station. Unfortunately, I do suggest people go listen to John Marks. Like, he's not a hot take guy. If he says something you think is a hot take, like, he believes it, like, he's genuine. I do think that there's a winning formula at 97.5. I just don't think that they put it together, and it's unfortunate. What club do you work for, Pat? Purple Orchid 1. My name is Milky Thunder. I go on the stage Tuesday mornings. It's the morning shift. So, Scarlett, thank you. It's really just because my hair right now is a disaster. I feel like doing something with it. So I put on this today. Usually you'd have to go to my OF to see that, but you just saw it for free. Tanner McKee time. Bump up that trade value. Andrew, hello. Silvana's very knowledgeable. So Mike, to give you an idea real quick, as my TV's froze. So when I used to work at 97.5 and I would do the weekend shifts, I would always immediately ask, the first question was like, who's my producer? I need to know who my producer is, because technically, or not technically, usually what would happen, I don't know if anyone else's TV is like crapped out. I'll switch over to Hulu, because I have my buddy's Hulu login too, and YouTube TV is not working. So I would ask who my producer is, because the weekends are really tough to do a radio show. You're essentially relying on callers to be your co-hosts, but if you have a producer who can talk, you don't have to rely on callers as much, and it's a much better product. I mean, I think the listener agrees a lot of times that they'd probably rather listen to two people getting paid to do the job than like Bob from Chalfont. Nothing against Bob. I'm sure Bob's a great guy. But so I would ask, and anytime it was Sylvana, I was like, all right, sweet. And trust me, there were people that worked at the station that when I would hear they were my producer, I'm like, fuck, I'm in for a tough 4 hours. But Sylvana's very, very knowledgeable. Tanner McKee airing it out. Boom. Boom. Darius Cooper. Love it. Tanner McKee just leading this offense. This will be the talking point. This will be the talking point of like, do you play after clinching? Do you play Tanner McKee down the stretch, and do you up his trade value? Where do I play men's league? Westchester, Oaks, Exton, and Downingtown. So I'm in like 4 or 5 leagues. I think 5. Although Oaks I sub, so technically I'm only in 4 full time, and then Oaks I sub. But yeah, I actually have a game tonight at the same time at 2 of the rinks, and I got to pick what team I'm playing for. I got to figure out like what team has the less amount of guys. But we have an early game tonight. We have a 9:30 game, which is early. I think that's the one thing when you tell people you play hockey and they're like, "Oh, sweet," and you're like, "Yeah, we play at 10:45," and they're like, "What?" You're like, "Yeah, the good players get like primetime games, and the shitty players it's the later. The shittier you are, the later you're gonna play at night." But normally during the wintertime, it's like 10:30, 10:50 games. 2nd and 6 of the Tanner McKee era, 31-0. Number 16, handed the ball off beautifully, by the way. His handoffs are incredible. Right in the breadbasket of Tank Bigsby. Philly will say they're back, but just played Vegas. We're so back. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to say we're back. I'm going to say we're so back. And if I was texting you and you had an iPhone, I'd slam that shit. I'd hold in the button, I'd click slam effect, and I'd slam so back. Where did you play high school club? I just didn't. I just grew up playing. Didn't play high school, and then like in college, my college roommates got a team going, and I got back into it, and then I've been playing ever since. And I play 2 to 3 times a week. I play too much to be this shitty. I'll tell you that. I'm a straight up vibes guy. I'm a locker room guy. Don't do it, Pat. They're not worth it. I'm doing it. I'm so doing it. I'm in a good mood. Slam that phone like you're Jason Kelsey. Yeah, exactly. Mike knows we're Super Bowl bound. We are back. Why you hate? We are back. We're back, Dana. Steve, Pat on the YouTube. Pat, did you think Minnesota gave up too much for Hughes and chances they can resign? So, Steve, initially I did. My first initial thought was like, all you got was obviously the players and a first round pick. I've always been high on Marco Rossi. Like, I love Marco Rossi. I've loved Marco Rossi when he was in juniors, and he's a true number 1 center. And other than a goalie, that's the one thing teams will always look for is a number 1 center. So the fact that they got a number 1 center, and when the Canucks traded JT Miller, and that situation was murky because they had to get rid of him and they didn't have a ton of leverage, but they got Philip Hedl from the Rangers in that. Philip Hedl's a really good center. The problem with Philip Hedl is he's like 1 concussion away from retiring for life, and he's like 25, 26. It's unfortunate. But Marco Rossi's a true number 1 center. The defenseman they got's really good too. They got a first round. I mean, they got a haul for a guy that they knew they weren't going to extend. I don't know if Minnesota can extend him, but I would say they probably have a better chance than like he would have signed in a heartbeat in New Jersey, but my gut tells me they can extend him. Because Minnesota has a goaltender and Jesper Wallstedt, who's really good. They have a decent front office. They have like really good play. Like they're a contender, and that's all Quinn Hughes wants to do is win. So I was shocked that it happened. Like when it did, I thought that they would go down the deadline, but I mean, when you look at the core that Vancouver had, it's they kind of had it all, and they were like a 50-win team a couple of years ago when Taka came over, but and everyone's like, what the fuck is he talking? Like, we don't talk hockey in this. That's the beautiful thing when you're up 31-0. You can talk pucks. You can talk sticks and pucks all day. Commercial break, by the way. Y'all finally winning. I know, isn't it great? Isn't it great, Drew? I'm not used to this feeling. If somebody asked me about Quinn Hughes earlier, like a week ago, table that shit. Char, go Birds, always and forever. DG, I don't watch trailers, man. I try to avoid trailers at all costs for movies, so I can't even give you a breakdown on that. I try to go into every movie I watch cold. Like, I don't watch trailers. I don't read synopsises. Pretty much most of the time, all I know about the movie is maybe who's starring in it and the poster, and that's it. So, can't help you there. We just need Lane Johnson. But I mean, Fred Johnson's done a really good job this game on Max Crosby. That honestly, the best move that Howie has made, when you look at like if you consider, technically it was in season because it was like during the preseason, but if you go to his offseason moves and I guess before week 1, all the moves that he made, trading for Fred Johnson might have been the best move he made. Like realizing I don't have depth and I can get this guy for like a 7th round pick and he's comfortable with the offense. And then you end up needing him in a ton of games. He stood up to the task, I feel like, this game. Because I feel like when you face a guy like Max Crosby, you're going to give up one. I just feel bad for Max Crosby that he's got to deal with this shit. We talking a rotisserie chicken in the user 8614-277-104904. I tried this past week. I went to go see Wicked. And I went to Wegmans beforehand, and they had no chickens. But I was going to sneak in a rotisserie chicken. So I tried. I'm worried that every time I get to the Wegmans at KOP, they're going to be sold out. And then I'm scrambling to get food. Tank swallowed up. 8:45 left. But yeah, I tried. DG, my movie review channel, that's a very creative name. It's called The Recaps. I think if you click the link tree in my bio, I think there's a link to that as well. But I didn't review Wicked. I only review movies that haven't come out yet. If I see them early. So like I'm seeing Avatar on Tuesday, seeing Anaconda on Wednesday. So when I see them early, I review them. But if I see them after they come out, there's no point in reviewing them. It's already out. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go look at some more mediocre content. And on that channel, I don't even ask you to subscribe. I just ask you to let the ads run because that's how I get paid. But on my sports channel, look at the pocket. Look at the pocket awareness of Tanner McKee to get that first down. Put this man in Canton. I feel like I'm watching young Peyton Manning out here. Go Broncos. That's all good. Cheer for your team. What happened on 316? And what happened on 513? Now I'm curious. I see 316. I just think Steve Austin. Wave the banner for Tanner. Start that man. 40-0. We're about to be. He's gonna score a touchdown, and it's gonna be so impressive. They're gonna put 9 points up there. Go Chiefs. That's cool. You can cheer for your squad. All good. All good. Go Broncos. Oh, I already touched on that one. Y'all happy y'all beat nobody? Hell yeah, I'm happy I'm beating nobody. It's better than losing. Fuck you mean? Y'all happy you beating nobody? Think I give a fuck? They've lost 3 straight. I'm thrilled. I'm pumped. I'm sitting here talking about movies and failed dating lives and Quinn Hughes trades. That's how stress-free this game is. I'm watching Tanner McKee go out there and be perfect. 2 for 2, 20 yards. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm pumped. Plugging a mediocre YouTube channel out there? Hell yeah, I'm happy. Link in the bio. Please subscribe. No, seriously, please God subscribe. Look at Tank Bigsby. Look at him get downfield. Just fade that shit. Like, where are you going? Where are you going, Kazir White? Former Eagle great. Our offense is here this game. They are. I mean, they're facing a bad team, but yeah, they look good. Not just one, exactly. It's not just one top 10 quarterback. It is two. The future is that they have a quarterback factory. I want to see next week. I want to see them line up with Jalen and Tanner McKee. Really throw everybody for a loop. Who's getting the ball? We don't know because they're both a threat. Tanner McKee, by the way, now 3 for 3 to the guy who asked you, y'all happy. I can hear Joe Giglio about Tanner McKee. Yeah, Joe Giglio's going to have a scorching hot take that Tanner McKee led the offense much better and that he should be starting moving forward because he is a grifter. Because Joe Giglio is the definition of a sports grifter. Not from here, doesn't cheer for any of the teams. Now, not that like that's the prerequisite, but like he is here to garner. He's like the definition of engagement farming. I've on that channel that I keep pimping on that YouTube channel, which you can go to the link in the bio, or you can search my name, Pat Egan. Please God subscribe. But one of the videos I did like last week was all about Joe Giglio and WIP's hot take bullshit. And look, the guy is the definition of like hot take engagement farming because he has no honor. Most of these people sold their soul and they don't care how embarrassing their takes are. And for Joe Giglio and a couple other people out there at that station, their takes are fucking embarrassing. And it's like, there's no plausible way. We all remember like that. If I could wave a magic wand, I'd undo the Trey Turner contract bullshit. Like there are bad takes we've all had doing sports radio. And like, I'm no different, you know, shit. I said that, my worst one by far was Travis Fulgham was going to have 1,000 yards and he got cut. Like that was horrible. But like Joe Giglio is so consistent with his bullshit hot takes. And he's not it's just this is what he does. He engagement farms. So yeah, 100%. He's an embarrassment to the fucking industry. I have no respect for Joe Giglio. I don't have respect for a lot of the guys over there. And that's not true. I don't have respect for like a core group over there. There's a lot of guys over there that are good. But no one should be listening to Joe Giglio talk about anything with sports because he doesn't believe anything. There's nothing he believes in. He believes in engagement farming, easy day at the office, you know, and like that's the thing. Like, I always took pride in like, look, like you can think that my takes are horrible. That is fine. Okay. And I'll own up when they're bad. Like I'll be the first one to point out when I have a bad fucking take. But just know in the moment, I actually believe that shit. And he doesn't. He's, as I said, he sold his soul. He's just engagement farming. Tank Bigsby out here trying to punch it in. I hope my Packers win today. I hope for you. How about this? I hope for you they win today. All right. I hope they do great. I hope you're as happy as I am. All right. Need them to score because I had the Eagles minus 36. I'm kidding. I didn't have that. I knew our guys need the mojo back. This is the perfect get right team. Let's go. Titans give us no, they're not giving AJ back. Did you like working with Bob Cooney? Bob Cooney was a piece of shit. Look at Tank Bigsby. Even when Tank Bigsby gets hit with a 1-yard gain, it looks sexy. DG, Bob Cooney is one of the most awesome guys in the industry, like by far. Bob is that dude. Like I equated Bob Cooney to Kyle Schwarber. Like how people talk about Kyle Schwarber, like his locker room presence. Bob was one of those guys that you wanted to come to work because of the fact that restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable. Probably because I said Bob was a piece of shit. Submit feedback. Yeah, it was a joke. But the restriction is too strict. Yeah. Bob was truly a guy that like no one's going to say no one didn't like Bob. Bob and Devon Givens were the two guys at the station that like everybody universally loved. And Bob actually texted me last week. There was a funny story of when I just started working with Bob and I had beers with Bob. A lot of people have had beers with Bob. So I had just started working on the morning show and it was when Farzetta was on the show. He was like the driver of the show. And I knew Bob like pretty well, but as feel like a lot of you guys at this point know, I'm a big movie guy. And so it's Bob, Jamie, Mark, me. And Bob said something. I don't remember what it was. 2-minute warning, by the way. And my reaction was, I said, whatever. Are you deaf or are you stupid? And I was quoting the scene from The Other Guys where Mark Wahlberg is like, Christine, your house is so nice. And she loses her mind. Her husband's like, are you deaf or are you stupid? Her name's Christineth. You come into my house, you get my wife's name right. It's like an all-time clip. What I didn't bank on was that Bob does not watch movies, and Bob had no idea about this scene. And as soon as I said it, the look on his face was, I'm going to fucking kill this guy, because I just broadcasted to the entire Delaware Valley saying that Bob Cooney asking him, are you deaf or are you stupid? Which, if you don't know the scene, just sounds insanely disrespectful, because it is. And I had to quickly clear up, like, Bob, it's from a movie. It's a clip. I'll show it to you. And Bob texted me on like Thursday, a clip, like that clip. I guess he ran, he came across it on Twitter or whatever. But we always laugh about it now. But yeah, that was like the one time that Bob was like legitimately really, really mad at me. But I love Bob. He is genuinely a fucking awesome guy. And that story just lost me 35 people on this live. Oh, that was funny. Anyway, like and subscribe. I watched Eddington last night. It was out of the box A24 movie. Steven, I will not be watching Eddington. I will tell you the Eddington story that I have. It's not great, but the marketing company emailed me, hey, you're invited to a screening for Eddington. I said, hey, can I RSVP? No problem, Pat. You can RSVP. So I RSVP'd, and then I noticed when they emailed me back that the movie was directed by Ari Aster, and I immediately responded back with, I'm not wasting any more of my life on this dude's piece of shit movies. Please take me off the RSVP list. I hope you understand. And they did. They understood. So they told me later that email cracked them up. But yeah, no, I will not be watching Eddington. I can't stand Ari Aster. His shit's not for me. Sorry. No, don't be sorry, man. It's funny. It's funny, like I'll blink and I'll have 7 people on here, and then I'll like look up a minute later and I'll have like 150. I don't know how the algorithm works. And then there's my loyal 6 people on YouTube that are like, Steven's one of them, Lemmy's one of them, Mercy and Wit, he's on there. Conestoga Creek is always one. Yeah, so there's like my like core group on YouTube. And then I feel like I have a core group on TikTok too that like stuff. Like you're always on here. Usually Mikey's on here from England. Danny's always one. So like there's like a group of people on here that like Mike makes right. You're always one of them that usually stops by, says hello. So there's like a core group, but yeah, it's fun. It's funny like what'll pop off and what won't. All right, Tanner McKee time. Punch it in. I want to see Tanner McKee do a bootleg run to show off his mobility. Beautiful handoff. Beautiful handoff. Oh my God, Tank Bigsby got stopped on fourth and goal. He got stopped. Oh, heart goes out to anybody who had Eagles minus 32. Oh man, it's tough. Tough when the second unit can't punch it in. I legitimately do feel bad that they didn't punch it in for them. Y'all are local. Oh, it's Conestoga Creek's a person on my YouTube chat. If that's a place, please go support them. Absolutely. But they pop in and say hello, and usually watch my YouTube stream a lot. So yeah, if you're out in Radnor, stop on by, support them. All right, what's everybody's plan for the rest of the day? You guys watch any games? I'm trying to think of any other mediocre stories I have on my dating life. Maybe I did match with somebody. I did match with somebody on Bumble, and immediately as soon as I matched, I went, that was an accidental match for her. And sure enough, I even extended it, and then after like 2 days, they didn't message me back. That one hurt. I had built a life with her. Yeah, that one hurt. That's all I got for really updates. Don't really have much else, unfortunately. Watching the Sixers game, I've heard of them. I have heard of the Sixers. I'll tell you what, if the Sixers can get, this is the story of like every year for the past 10 years. If the Sixers can get fully healthy, And meaning like they can get Embiid and Paul George in there consistently and actually like build a rapport with each other, they're gonna be okay. Like they're gonna be decent. The problem is they just haven't been able to do that. And I think Paul George is way, 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 way more likely to, be healthy because unfortunately, I think at this point in his career, like Joel Embiid plays and his knee swells up and all of that. But I'm looking forward to seeing them kind of like build something with this core group that they have. And the first time they've been able to put up wins, not being completely healthy. Yeah, I mean they've definitely like 23 70. I thought Saquon had more than that. AJ Brown only had 41 yards. I think I had AJ Brown for over 50, of course. Devontae Smith at 2 for 50. Dallas Goedert 6 for 70. Jesus. I forgot what I was gonna say. All right. Kenny Pickett back in. Here we go. Need a stop by the defense. Need a big stop. This is a situation where, like, if I'm Pete Carroll, like, I'm not having. I mean, Kenny Pickett is a backup, but I'm not having like Genty in there. What's the upside? It's a minute 50 left, and you have your number one running back, your first round pick. I don't know. I just don't think that's worth it for me personally. But he didn't call and ask for my opinion on the matter. All right, Eagles will improve in this one, barring a dramatic comeback like we've never seen before. The Eagles will win this game and be 9-5, which is good. One step closer to division. I can't believe we're like the division was in question. You know what I mean? Like the way the Eagles started out the season and everything, and the way that the other team started out, really meaning just Dallas. I can't believe we got to a point where the division was even in question, but we did. Oh, I like seeing Trotter getting playing time. Me too. Me too. I remember pitching Jeremiah Trotter Sr. on why Jeremiah Trotter Jr. should go to Temple, and he was not there for it. Like he wasn't having it. He kind of gave me a look like, bro, you're kidding me, right? I was like, no, they're building something, they're going to be good. I mean, I've been saying that for 20 years. It's like the Dippin' Dots ice cream of the future thing. Like, when is the future going to come? Like, when is Temple football going to be good? Almost. Now you can walk out. All of a sudden, Nick Sirianni is great. The only thing I'm kind of annoyed at is I feel like we're going to get a snarky Nick Sirianni post-game presser where he's going to act like they did just beat a 10-win team instead of a 2-win team. So I am going to hop off. I feel like Conestoga Creek asked is Trotter Jr. still in the Eagles. He is still in the Eagles. He's a backup linebacker. Got some playing time. And this one because it was such a blowout. I'm going to hop off, do my post-game stuff. I feel like all 11 of you, well, 10 of you now, have already heard the YouTube plug, so I'm not going to bother doing it. You guys know where the link is. Horrible suit. My guy, horrible suit. But thanks, everybody. Sorry about being late. Yeah, my kids are driving me nuts, and I had to wait for their mom to pick them up. And then at that point, I was like, well, I'm just going to drive you guys over because I don't know when she's picking up. But yeah, you guys are great. Go Birds, always and forever. And I will talk to you next week for the Eagles game that takes place on Earth. And then for my YouTube crew, thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys later.